Huge way out here, and today was an awesome trading day. Market did a complete flop. If you had held this trade, and not gonna lie, this strategy works every single time for the most part, man. It really does. Obviously, with confluence, with just an edge, mostly confluence. No strategy is perfect. So if you're coming onto this channel and you want to make $1 million by tomorrow, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. You're not doing that, homie. But I can tell you one thing, man. That if you practice and you practice, you will make it. And I truly believe that every single one of you, man, if you pray about it, you'll make it. Genuinely. But this strategy I'm about to show you, if you are new to this YouTube channel, make sure to smash that like button. It really does help these videos. And I'm not asking you for anything. I'm not asking for your money, anything like that. I'm just asking for a like and subscribe, man. I'm showing you something that literally works, and you can go back test it 100 times over. For the most part, obviously, again with confluence, which I'll explain to you, it works, man. Today was a $1,700 day, just off this alone. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I did. All right. So number one, this is NinjaTrader, which is what I prefer to use. Genuinely, I love NinjaTrader. Cannot complain. Trade of 8, same exact thing. There's not really much of a difference. What we're trading here is the NASDAQ. Okay, so it's just so you don't have to use your own money. I always tell people that when they're getting started into futures trading, don't use your thousands of dollars, man. Just go use a prop firm. Whether it's My Funded Futures, which I put in the description, that's what I prefer. I absolutely love it. There's no fees, nothing like that, man. My Funded Futures is the place to go. Their core account's like $77, and you can make money off of it, or you're gonna lose it. It's one of the two. You lose $70 versus losing 10 grand. Genuinely. So My Funded Futures link in the description if you want to support me, you want to use my code. But also, other than that, man, I'm just going to show you guys exactly what happened in today's trade. So number one, we take the 15-minute, okay? I trade the 15-minute orb strategy. I'm going to try to make this as simple as I possibly can, okay? So what we do is we wait in a 15-minute span, and we see what the market is telling us each morning at 9:30 in the morning, okay? So right here, as you guys can see, we have where is it? Right here, 9:30 candle, okay? So this is from 9:30 to 9:45. So I'm gonna put my line here just to show you guys and do it up for you so you guys can see, and you guys can go back on all of my videos and watch every single day. Most of my losses are because of me being an idiot. Let's be real here. All right, so number one, you have to follow your rules. Oops, all right, so we're gonna put the lower low, right? So if you guys can see, these right here, these little squiggly things, they are called wicks, okay? Not dicks, wicks. I had some comment about that the other day. Wicks, all right? And what we want is we want the higher high, so you want the high point of the wick, right? So just to explain that a little bit more, at 9:30 to 9:45, this candle right here is forming, okay? So we want this candle to completely close and start to the next candle. That's how we have a higher high and a lower low. High point, low point, okay? So that's what we set. We wait till this is about 9:46, probably around there. That's probably when I did this, 9:45-ish. And what I do from there, if I can freaking do this thing, there we go, is I change from the 15-minute to the 5-minute, if I can actually do that. Here we go. Okay, so what happens here? This is what we need to see, all right? So with my strategy, damn, it got dark as hell in here. Let me try to sight, there we go. I'm gonna brighten this up for you guys. You can actually see me, the sun just went down. But what we're waiting for is a closure, okay? We're waiting for a closure either above this high or below this low, okay? The market's gonna do what it wants to do, and I want you to understand that wholeheartedly. You cannot control the market. Do not try to play smart. They'll get you every time. They'll stab you every single time, okay? So what we wait for is, this morning was a little rambunctious. It was kind of up, down, up, down, up, down. Eventually, we had a full another closure right here. I entered right here, and I held all the way up to right here. Now, this is where I was kind of iffy, right? Because me personally, right, based off of what I know in the market, what I see almost every single day, on a good market that is we normally see a trend. So we'll see it come to a high point, come back down to, a fair value gap, which I've talked about I've talked about in previous videos. It'll come down to like a fair value gap of some sort and then continue upwards, and hit those higher highs up here, wherever that is, which I didn't set the lines for that or whatever, but on the hour liquidity zone, stuff like that. This morning did not do that, and this was one of the trades I really wanted to hold, but at the end of the day, $1,700, $1,800 is more than enough, man. You would have made a crap ton of money. It had a really good flow this morning. So if you would enter right here, you say, oh, well, Al's strategy told me that if it's closing out, and Al is an idiot, by the way. He is not a financial advisor. He is not great at all. He's not perfect. He is not telling you what to do. He is just showing you a strategy that can make you money. know, if you want to, that is. And again, do not take my advice. I'm an idiot, okay? So don't forget that. No financial advisor here. You know, I'm not selling you a course. So number one, like I said, I went in right here. I held all the way up here, get out. Most people would take like $1,000 profit, get out. You know what I mean? If you want to take a $500 profit, get out. Whatever works for you, whatever makes you happy is what you need to do personally. You know, if you had held this, you would have seen that it was dropping like a mofo and hopefully got out about right here. Just because at that point, you already know dang well if it comes down and drops beneath that higher high of the 15, it's an iffy one. If it pushes right through that, it's probably going to continue going through that, and that's exactly what happened in this situation. Continued down, came up, down, up, down. You know what I mean? It completely flopped. So it's one of those things, man. The market it's wonky, you know, and like that's why I like this strategy, right? Is because we don't really have to understand what the market is doing, right? We only have to understand what the market is doing in that moment, right? And it does help to know, you know, overall where the market is going in that time frame, right? So if we know it's going up, you know, it's going to continue up to some point, you know, and if we look on the, you know, 1 hour here, and by the way, I want to also mention that the daily was going towards bullish, and the 4 hour was bullish at that point when I had entered. It was moving upwards, so that gave me more confirmation. Plus right here, we see the market, I think it was up $100 at that point, $110. And if it was down $400, like I did the other day, you shouldn't be taking bullish trades at that point. You know, you shouldn't be unless it's a complete and utter reversal. But as you guys can see, it really didn't. I'm not sure exactly as to what it grabbed. I mean, it seems like this was already grabbed up here, this gap. I mean, there is a fair value gap from here to there. So, I mean, it could have just genuinely been going up here to this gap that was over here on the 1 hour and then continued downwards. But I don't know. I have no idea. I'm assuming that's what it was doing this morning, and then it continued to drop. I'd like to see it come back down into this zone tomorrow and head back upwards again, you know, but we don't know. It could stay in this range and just blow up at some point. Oh, we got to change the camera settings again. Sorry about that, guys. The sun is all over the place today. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it, man. There's not much else to it. I try to be as real as I can, you know, let God direct your trades, let God control your trades. Pray about everything, man. You know, keep the Lord by your side, and with the Lord, you win everything. And I want to just say that one time. You know, just this market journey, this stock market journey, man, has changed my life in a lot of ways. It just made me a lot more wise. You know, I'm humble myself before the Lord every single day. You know, I struggle. I have struggles. You know, within the market, there's days where, dude, like I've told you, like you tear up, man, at the beginning where you're just like, holy crap, like I keep losing and losing and losing. And if you're going through that journey right now, I just want to add at the end of this video, man, that God loves you. You know, God has a plan for your life, and, you know, just give everything to Him. Let Him, you know, tell Him what your vision is. Tell Him what your goals are. Obviously, it's His will be done. But just if He showed you this vision, right? If you got this vision to make it in stocks, don't give up on that vision. You know, He shows us things for a reason. And, you know, even with me, you know, I'm still learning. I'm still growing, and it's, you know, a year in. I'm not far in, man. There's people that are 5 years, 10 years in that know pretty much as to what the market is doing, why it's doing what it's doing. You know, the reason I like my strategy so much, or this strategy, is that, you know, it doesn't really take a brilliant scientist to make money using it. You know, it's either you win or you lose. You know, and most of the times when you win, you are in the right direction of things, you're in the right trend, and it just works in your favor. So that's about it for this video, man. You know, make sure to smash that like button, make sure to subscribe. It really does help me. Notification bell. Again, my Fun and Futures link is in the description if you guys want to support me, you guys want to use my code. They have 100 things you can use on there. You know, I recommend the core account, you know, if you're just starting out. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Love you guys. God loves you.